you would never see anybody doing shots of champagne or shots of cognac, or well,
Yeah.
you might see people doing shots of cognac.
Yeah.
Typically, you don't see people doing shots of cognac and brand. You sip it. You don't see people doing shots of scotch, right? You sip it. You enjoy it. You savor it, right? And tequila deserves the same respect. And that's something we just said, look, this is a community that we share. There's all this misinformation about it. This is an opportunity for us to educate individuals on the culture of Mexico and what is produced through the spirit, right? So, I mean, we share a community with them. So I feel like, look, these are our brothers and sisters. Let's show them some love. Plus, I love it. I love tequila.
Yeah. I'm about to say, how much research did you actually do?
Right, I've done a lot. I've done a lot. I've done a lot of sampling, a lot of tasting, a lot of reading. And I've been to Mexico a number of times, and yeah, so that is the thought behind just giving it the dignity that we feel it deserves. It's a classy drink. They call it the champagne of Mexico. Our bottle is gonna be amazing, and classy and next level. So there's a lot of meanings with Los Negros that there's a lot of layers, and you're gonna be able to peel the onion as we go.
So now, is it already out, or are we waiting for it?
You're waiting for it. It's coming out in the fall.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's coming in the fall. So right now we're just letting people know that it's coming, and we're building a little buzz, and it seems to be it's caught on and it's catching on that way more than we expected. People are anticipating the drop of Los Negros, and they can't wait. We can't wait. We're super excited to share it with the world and let everybody know what Los Negros is and what it stands for and how we're coming.
Nice. Okay, so you got your hands in everything pretty much.
I mean, I have we're in financial services. That's not going anywhere. But yes, we launched this brand because it's something that we enjoy and we want to share with the world. And it was an opportunity for us to do something and give back too. We're tied to a couple of charities. We're giving back to a charity in Mexico, not a charity, a nonprofit. It's a children's orphanage. We didn't believe in going in and profiting from the land to that degree and not giving back, right? This has to be consistent with what our belief system is, right? This is something that they produce out of the natural resources of their country. So we're going to give back there. One of our associates is a very dear friend, close friend of ours, he's Mexican. He grew up at this orphanage. And we're like, well, what better place to give back to than the orphanage where our buddy grew up at? He's in the hospitality and liquor industry, right? So it was, just knowing him, he's a great guy. We're like, man, we're going to give back to where you grew up because it produced you. This orphanage produced you. And you're a thriving, contributing, tax-paying American who's doing nothing but helping better our society where we live. So why not give back there? Plus, that's where we're getting the resources from. It just made sense. Plus, we're giving back here as well. So we have a place called Home, which gives back to children who are in disenfranchised neighborhoods. In the meantime, we're going to be formulating our own nonprofit to start mentorship programs for young men in neighborhoods in the country that resemble where we came from.
Financial literacy programs?
Oh, everything. So this is education, business, life, family. And there's a lot that needs to be repaired in our community, and it needs to be addressed. And it starts, me and my partner, we believe it starts with us. It starts with the men, and the men have to be the ones to mentor other men and young boys. And it's like, each one teach one. Yeah. So, it's not this, well, I had to go through it, so you got to figure it out. No, it's, I figured it out. So maybe if I figured out at 50 and I teach you at 25, then you won't have to go through the same stuff I went through at 25. You'll be ahead.
Exactly.
And then you could teach your son earlier, right? From an earlier age. So that is the kind of mindset that we're supposed to incorporate in the community, and just like say, look, we are responsible, right? You can walk away and say, well, I didn't do that, or that didn't, I'm not responsible for that. Or you can say, well, look, this is us.
Yeah, yeah.
We are responsible for our own house. We're responsible for our own family, and we're responsible for our own community, right? The community is made up of just a group of families. A group of families is a community. So we have to start taking accountability for what is going on and why we don't feel that we're at where we're supposed to be.
Right. Right. It starts with responsibility. And I think a lot of people tend to point fingers and, excuse me, place blame. And you can do that for a little while, but that doesn't work.
It doesn't produce results. It doesn't produce results. And being an athlete, I'm especially sensitive to this, because no matter how much complaining you do, as an athlete, you have to say, well, listen, I got to catch the ball. The ball is thrown to me right here. It's my responsibility to catch the ball, right? You can't place blame if the quarterback gets hit and the ball is a little bit over here. Well, it's my job to adjust. I got to adjust to the ball. I got to go get it, right? That's what makes a good receiver. So you have to take accountability for yourself. You say, well, look, all the time, the ball is not going to hit me right here. I may have to go, he might overthrow it. I may have to go get it. Well, that's why God made me fast, so I can go get the ball. So God gave me good hands so I can adjust. That's why God gave me good reflexes, so I can make my guy miss, and I can go make the grab, right? So this is the kind of mindset we have to implement this, because accountability is the only way. It's the only way. That's it. It's like, what are you doing? It's not, well, what are you doing? And then for you to turn around and say, well, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, it's a lot of times we listen to reply. We don't listen to hear.
That's right.
Right. So we have to stop the infighting and the bickering. And if it's not fruitful and it's not going to lead to solution, then I don't want to hear it. I really don't. If we're going to have this conversation, because what is this? Is it a solution-based conversation? Okay, then I can deal with that, right? And guess what? It's okay for you to feel like we're going to get there this way, and for me to feel like we're going to get there that way. Right. Maybe it's going to happen both ways. Yeah. Depending on the type of people within the community, because contrary to popular belief, we're not a monolith. We're just people like everybody else. Everybody does their own thing. Everybody has a lifestyle or a mindset that they incorporate. We're just a community like any other community, but the difference is having enough leaders within the community, or enough, I should say, initiators. And I don't like the term even leaders anymore, because that has taken on some whole other kind of role, community leader. It's just, we just need individuals who will initiate movement and motivate movement, right? Inspire movement. And that doesn't mean you have to be considered a leader, because nobody's perfect. When you get the term leader that comes out, now people start thinking, he cheated on his wife. Oh, he got arrested. Oh, he got a DUI. Oh, as soon as one little thing happens, all of a sudden they're not a leader no more. Right. Well, guess what? Nobody said this guy was Jesus Christ or Muhammad or whoever. He was nobody's Messiah to begin with. But at least he took some initiative.
when you start taking on titles, there's a certain expectation, but people don't keep in mind the humanity side. You're not human anymore. Right. You're this person. Right. There's a certain standard, not that you're supposed to live up to, but we're expecting it in our head that you're supposed to live up to. You may be able to do the best that you can, but your best that you can is not good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I'm not saying that me personally. I'm just saying in general, that's how people are.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because I think we miss out on a lot of assistance, a lot of intelligence, a lot of genius that comes from us that could actually go back to us because we tend to just look at, oh yeah, that such and such ain't it, he blah 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 blah. And that has nothing to do with what he can do to help or what he can or what they can do, he or she can do. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. People have genius in them. People have brilliance in them. And yet we have to start to appreciate that. We have to start to appreciate the genius and the brilliance that comes from individuals. And it might just be a glimmer. Some people may have a shinier spot that comes from them. They might be a brighter flame, but that doesn't mean we should disregard the brilliance and the genius that comes from other individuals who may not be living. I remember being younger and being in my young years and my coming of age years and drinking 40s and hanging out and listening. I remember the homeless guys or the bums used to hang around the liquor store, and they would say, and you would get glimmer of genius and brilliance that come out. Some of these guys will drop a jewel on you like pow, and you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, give me $5. Like, give me $1, young buck, and you give him $1. But he dropped something on you, and it makes you think.
Yeah.
So we have to appreciate, because everything that glitters ain't gold. A lot of things that we like shiny things in our communities. We like shiny things.
Shiny new things. Yeah.
Shiny new things. So we have to start listening to wisdom and respecting wisdom. But a lot of that comes all back to the mentorship of males and the role in the household and a lot of the leadership within the home. So we are poised to set something up and set up some programs that are going to just galvanize the family and the community. And there's other programs out there, and I commend the gentlemen that are doing what they're doing. But we need more. We need more. Yeah. Everybody's responsible. We need more, right? If you go to war and you have 1,000 soldiers, every soldier is responsible for their duty, for what they're commissioned to do. Not 900 and the other 100 get to do nothing, right? 1,000 of them will be, for 100% of them will be responsible. So we all have to call ourselves responsible. We all have a role to play, and we have to look at it as such. We can't look at it as charity. We have to look at it for what it is. It's accountability. It's like, no, I'm responsible. To much is given, much is required. Yeah. So if I'm blessed, that means there may be 5 guys that ain't blessed. There might be 10 guys that's not blessed. So I could be a light to 10 guys. Guess what? I could be a light to them. They'll be a light to 10 more guys, and so on and so forth. Right? But it has to start. It has to start somewhere.
Now, is it going to be specifically on the West Coast?
Well, it's going to start. It'll probably start on the West Coast, but we plan on expanding it and recruiting individuals of influence to partner and help assist and join and be a part of this thing. Right? We can't do it all alone. We don't want to do it all alone. This isn't about credit. Me and Randy are not trying to be celebrities, trying to be famous, none of that kind of stuff. We just want to make us better. Let's just make us better. Let's just go from here and then go from there and then go from there and then go to there. And then next thing you know, we'll have a spurt and we'll be like, boop, all the way up to here, because there was enough grinding down here in order for us to bounce up there, right? Nice. So that includes all of us. We have to start. That's another thing. You talking about this a big one-man show type of deal, that we got to cut that out.
Yeah.
Because we do that a lot. This whole one man, look at me. Like, no, it's all about us.
Yeah.
It's all about us. We got to put the community first. So yeah.